Hi, I'm Stephanie Straw with Board Game Geek. We're here with Pat Roach, and we're going to be talking about Lairs, which is a game on Kickstarter right now by Naturalist Games.
Yes, 100%.
Awesome. So there's some tiles and there's some standees and things. So tell us about this game.
Sure. Okay. First off, so I don't look like kind of a loser, where do I look? Do I look like right there? Yeah? Okay, cool.
You don't look like a loser.
Oh, thank you. So you heard it here first, folks. In Lairs, players will take on the role of our characters, and our characters are like monsters, villains, creatures.
Oh my gosh.
That all live on the same mountain. Oh, I'm sorry. Which one do you want?
I just wanted to look at that one. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's pretty cool. Huh? This bird is bad for kids. He's smoking, so we'll put the cat up. So I'm sorry. So the characters all live on the same mountain, and basically the game takes part in two phases.
Okay.
In the first phase, the characters are building their lairs. We have one laid out for you here. So this phase is competitive, and players will bid on chamber tiles as they're revealed from a stack of chamber tiles. Dark tiles, narrow tiles, ruined, etc. As they bid and build their dungeon, they're going to want to have certain combinations of tiles or to build it in a certain length. Mm-hmm. But eventually, one of the characters is going to make their way to the center, or the vaults, and they're going to find a legacy. Legacy is going to be some sort of artifact of terrible power. Maybe it's a curse, etc. Weird fantasy tropes. And it's going to essentially empower that character that found them. And this is cool for them, because then they become the most powerful creature in the mountain, and they could conceivably...
Like you do.
Yeah, like you do. So, being so, they become the enemy of everybody else who lives in the mountain. The remaining people become the allies, or creatures, I should say.
So that's why you said the first phase was competitive, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
Because in the second phase, it becomes semi-competitive. It's the allies versus the enemy. So the allies take all their treasure and certain spells and items from their own lairs that they found, and then they journey into the enemy's lair, and they attempt to eventually lay siege to them and to do so.
So you have these little paths here.
Oh yeah, that's funny story. When we first made the game, we had all these rooms with their L shapes, and we're like, oh, that's very obvious. And in playtesting, every single dungeon was just and it laid out very weird and hurt my
I like it.
Thank you.
I think it's good.
So we added in the little dotted paths, and suddenly everybody knew where to go.
Yeah.
X marks the spot. So characters will move from chamber to chamber to chamber, and when they do so, hi guys, I'm going to move you. That's cool, Pat. we're just cardboard. When they do so, every time they enter a chamber, they're going to have an encounter.
Okay.
And an encounter begins with an event, and that event could be something like this, where there's some sort of terrible magical trap. Maybe the characters come up with some clever tactic, or maybe one of the players is just a little drunk. All of these things neither hurt nor hinder the allies totally, but situationally are better or worse for one side or the other. After you resolve the effects of that event, then the enemy chooses what type of encounter it's going to be. Perhaps the enemy will throw a monster at you, or engage the allies in a duel, or perhaps even challenge them with some sort of puzzle. Each of these is resolved through a mini game. These are kind of separate small mechanics that all function a little differently, but are pretty quick. They take about 2 minutes to complete. Now, while they're all different, they all rely on the same thing, your cards in your hand, your play cards. So you're going to be managing your play cards across several different encounters throughout the enemy's lair. Eventually, however, again, as you do, and hopefully for the allies, they make their way all the way to the vaults. And here in the vault, they're going to confront the enemy in some climactic final duel.
You're probably just going to do that.
Oh yeah, I mean, they're just going to knock them right over. They would, had the enemy not been empowered with that legacy we talked about. The enemy then winds up with extra powers, a lot of additional resources, and depending on how well the allies did as they journeyed through each chamber, if they were successful in the encounters or if they failed in the encounters, the enemy is more or less powerful in that final encounter. when the game gets through Kickstarter, we're going to have anywhere between 7 and 10 legacies, each of which really affects the whole game, not just the final encounter. And additionally, we'll probably introduce 4 new characters if we hit some of our stretch goals, a few extra encounters and spells and whatnot.
So right now you have, 8 characters? Are these all the characters in the game?
Right now we have 8 characters, and I'll say this now, because I have an audience.
Is this an exclusive?
This is, not even a little. I've told everybody who will listen. We have these very nerdy backstories for them. I personally love games where you flip through the rule book and there's like 4 pages that have no rules in them and are just something like on a dark and stormy night.
Yes, I read those
Yeah.
out loud.
Yeah, they're the
do.
best.
I read them.
And so they'll all have very extensive character backstories. All of the legacies will have their own stories, and each of the encounters will tie into those. I did forget to mention
That's okay.
that each of the legacies are going to come with their own plot encounters. So when you journey through a layer and you're facing the legacy, if it's kind of a vampiric legacy, you'll face their undead minions, or you'll have to like smash up their coffin, etc., etc.
So does this play 8? Can you do the full 8 people?
No, the game's 2 to 5.
Okay. Yeah. I think you said that.
And it takes about 45 minutes, maybe an hour. Let's be honest. Game box times are always a little lying. So, yeah.
Anything else you want to say about the game?
We're very excited about it. We jumped onto Kickstarter, and as we said,
Kickstarter right now.
and we really move forward quick. We're like 80% through in 3 days, so I think we're going to hit a lot of cool stretch goals. We got a lot of fun add-ons, like you can buy a custom wooden box with like beautiful inserts that
cool.
the folks from Basically Wooden have helped us create. And so we've had a lot of great support and a lot of great insight, and we're here at Origins, and people have been so nice and kind. So thank you. Thank you to all the backers and people.
I hope you find. When will it end?
It will end mid-July, July 14th.
Okay, so you have until mid-July. For those of you that are watching after July, you'll just have to check it out and see where it is now. You'll have to get it. But that's awesome. Well, good luck with your campaign.
Hey, good luck with Board Game Geek. I think you guys got it down. All right. Thank you very much.